everybody, it's Ruth and Scott here at Adaptive PE in Redwood City. Scott reminded me that this is week 9 of our online class offerings. Wow. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you're on YouTube looking at this. I'll be even more glad when you practice this along with me. And take a look at what Scott and Sang are doing. Their classes are amazing and accessible. So, keep the spirit of adaptive PE alive during this time of rapid change and unexpected moments. So, welcome, good morning. As always, let's just find our bodies. Let's wiggle our fingers, stretch and wiggle our toes, move our jaws around a little bit, like a little circle. Circle the other way. If you can wiggle your ears, wiggle your ears. And then finally, relax your shoulders, put your hands on your belly, and unusual for a yoga class, I want you to relax everything in your belly. It's gonna pooch out a little bit, and that's fine, because I want us to explore that we can let it pooch, and then the difference that happens when we sit up straight, bring our belly button back towards the spine, soften our shoulders. I know you saw it, I felt it. I grew about ½ an inch right there from what we like to call, I'll show you this way, slumpasana, little pooch. Now, this little pooch isn't gonna go away, but when I lengthen my spine, bring my belly muscles into action, it's a little smoother ride here, and I feel stronger. I could sit up a little bit more easily, and then sit down a little bit more easily. In slumpasana, I have to move my feet and kind of wiggle my shoulders, get the balance back where I want it. Okay, that was tip number 1. Let's feel our feet. Let's relax into the back of the chair, tuck the chin, close the eyes. Bring your breath to a slow, steady pace. Notice any sensations in your body, any of the busyness that's happening in your brain and your thoughts. The things we can change would be slowing our thoughts, slowing our breath. And with this awareness of the power you have inside to change part of your experience, let's open our eyes, stretch those fingers towards the knees. I'm going to move off the back of my chair, and I swear to goodness, my shoulder blades are like, no, but yes, long spine. Relax the shoulders down. In breath, we're only going to go halfway up. I don't like to go all the way overhead this early in the morning, unless you've been up and tending your victory garden and you have the cabbages and the lettuce growing. In that case, hug yourself in, pat yourself on the back. Inhaling wide, other arm on top now. For those of us who may not be achieving at max capacity during these challenging times, which is most of us, our capacity is absolutely fine. We will exhale, pat ourselves on the back for getting through another day, for doing our best with all the social distancing. Let's even drop our elbows. Drop our chins. Inhale, lengthen the spine, open the heart. Let's go to V for victory. Maybe it's time to take hands around one knee, lift up the heel. Some of us can pick up the knee. If you are able to pick up the knee, I want you to flex and point. If your foot's on the ground, I want you to flex and point. But let's get a little stretch here. Add any kind of circle you can to that ankle. Scott and I were talking about foot strength and ankle strength just before we started filming. So this one is important for balance. Relax the shoulders. Let's take that foot down, and if you can, if it makes any sense, let's do a little gentle circle here, a little fluid motion. Let's go the other way. Most of us are walking, and we're doing this back and forth, and that's great. But we also have to make sure we do circles and maybe a little kick back, but I'll do that when I'm not likely to kick a chair. Let's inhale, higher arms if possible, soft shoulders, absolutely. Exhale, find that knee, and if you need to roll forward a bit, that's groovy. If you can pick that foot up, great. If you can't, no big deal, and let's add that circle. And yeah, Scott is trying really hard not to move his feet, but he was, and now he is. All right, circle around. Pointing and flexing. Okay, bring that foot down. Now, I was being very blasé, move everything in a circle, but you did maybe notice I held on to my chair a little bit for balance. Roll my shoulders down. I'm gonna make some big old hip circles on this side. Then I'm gonna take them to the other side. And then bring the foot down. Ooh. Let's do the same treatment for our shoulders. Let's inhale those shoulders up. Exhale, make that circle around. When we're inhaling, shoulders up towards the ears. When we're exhaling, can we try to bring shoulder blades to touch in the back and finish the circle? One more like this. Inhale up, exhale around, drop it down, and now, other direction. Lift up. Go forward. Now this time we're going to add a little extra something. Cross arms in front, tuck chin to chest, round that upper back. Release and circle. Again, inhale up, other arm on top, round a little bit here. Release and circle, and one more. Cross, hands to knees. Let's do a big back bend here. Hold the fingers around the knees. I'm going to turn sideways. You don't need to. It'll look like this. Shoulder blades together. Yes. Chest right, stretching forward. Chin level with the floor, eyes looking at the ceiling, and then forward folding. Long spine, chin tucks towards the chest. Fingers slide down the legs. Maybe fingers towards the shins. Maybe ribs towards the legs. Remembering if you got to make a little bit more room for your body, feet just go a little wider, head goes low, shake your head yes, shake your head no. Do some half circles looking towards left shoulder, tucking chin, looking towards right shoulder, tucking chin, coming back to center. Fill your lungs. You're going to feel that expansion in your belly and ribs as you inhale, and then exhale. Slide everything forward, elbows right near the ribs. Make this into a significant push-up effort. Relax the shoulders. Big breath in. Exhale, hands to heart. Slide those hands towards the knees. Fold yourself forward. Bring it all up. Let's take those arms back. Palms are up, shoulder blades coming together. Find that back bend. I'm going to look up with my eyes. I'm going to float my hands up. Exhale, hands to heart. Next time, we're going to inhale, hands up. I'm going to raise this left foot. Hello. I'm going to take it over to the side. And then a gentle float forward so my shoulders and hips stay in line with each other. And that's a gentle back twist. So take it as far as feels good for you. Right hand to knee, left hand to knee. Press those palms, lengthen that spine. We're going to dance backwards, inhaling that right arm back, exhaling right arm forward. Inhaling left arm up, up, up and over, side stretch. So right now my head is nice and even. I'm going to go all the way. Let my right ear come towards right shoulder, left arm stretching to the right. Oh my goodness. And then I'm going to take that left arm across. This might be plenty. You can anchor right here, let the elbow drop for a bit of a shoulder stretch. There are some of us who can take this right arm directly under the left, meeting at the elbows, a little bit more stretch. And if, only if you're thinking, I want to get even fancier, you fancy people are going to take this left foot up, cross at the ankles, establish a strong base. And if you're saying, what about going a little further? We did stretch our hips earlier. Well, yeah, we did. You could take knee over knee. Remembering we're going to inhale, release everything down. Start at the beginning, easy shoulders. Inhale those hands up. Exhale, find that forward fold, making as much room as you need to let your body float forward, chin tucking, tailbone steady, pulling back, top of the head, stretching forward, relax down. Inhaling, expand the ribs, exhale, come up, elbows press to ribs. Ready? Big breath in, hands up. Right foot steps out. How about that? Left hand comes down, right hand comes down. Dancing back, inhale left arm, exhale forward. Right arm comes up, up, up and over. Left ear stretching towards my left shoulder for a little extra. Feel your feet here. Don't get light in their feet. Stay grounded. And then relax that right arm out. Cross it, stopping where it makes sense. That might be here, it might be here. So you remember, this practice is about what your body needs. So if this feels like a lovely stretch in that around the right shoulder, stay with that. If you need more to find that lovely stretch, maybe you release left arm, come here. If you need to add one more little detail to the fun, pick that right foot up, cross at the ankle, establish a steady base, lengthening the spine. Maybe you'll take that right knee over left. Here we go. Shoulder stretching, hip stretching. Let's open our arms, open our hearts, bring those feet down. Exhale, hands to heart. Tucking the chin. We're going to do a little of that standing work. I talked about kicking back because we've kicked forward, we've kicked sideways. We're going to kick back. And when I was in high school, that meant go to the beach, lay on a towel, cover yourself with baby oil, lemon juice in the hair, and gossip with your girlfriends. This is like that, but not. So I'm going to inhale, pressing myself up, releasing the shoulders down, turning my chair so you can see what's going to be going on here. So big breath in, exhale, hands to heart. Our first kick back is simply that. I'm going to hold on to the chair for balance. I'm going to make sure my hips and shoulders are lined up here. My right foot's going to step back, then I'm going to step forward. How simple is that? Left foot kicks back, and then it comes forward. Now, if you're saying to yourself, can I do it 3 times in a row? You could if you wanted to. It would look like this. 1, 2, 3, foot steps. Resettle your feet, left foot comes back and lift. 1, 2, 3. That might feel great. What's gonna feel super, almost for everybody, is hands on the chair. Now we're gonna double kick back. I'm going to walk my feet. I'm going to make sure there's enough space between my feet that my ankles are pretty much lined up with my hips. I'm going to float my back a little lower, tuck chin to chest. Maybe a little softness in the knees, a little wiggle. Breathe in and exhale. Just sink into your spine. Looking forward. Stretching up tall, baby steps to move the feet back. Relax your shoulders down. One more big kick back. We'll just do a high lunge. We're gonna lift right heel first, breathe in, step back, and just sink here. Feel that stretch up and down the leg. And of course, you're welcome to play with your balance. Maybe you bring up a hand. Maybe you bring up a second hand. You could take your arms wide. You could take your arms up. If having hands down gives you the steadiness you need to enjoy the pose, then your hands stay down. And there's one other possibility, a little lift and a little stretch. And a little lift and an exhale down. One more like this. Let's sink. Relax the shoulders, breathe in. Exhale, feet to match. And as I like to do, move around your body. Maybe lifting a heel. And then side two. So I'm gonna move my chair so you can see all the glory of this stretch. Before we get totally into it, let's do just a little heel lifting balance challenge. And you know this one, it's an old friend. Hands to the chair, steady gaze forward, soften your shoulders, breathe the heels in and up. Breathe in, heels up. Breathe out, heels down. And move at the speed of your breath. There is no rush to your practice. And float down. One more time. Float it down. I like doing that, and I just do. So that high lunge, I'm going to pick up that left foot, stretch back, sink into the hips, roll my shoulders, and again, playing with balance. This side's going to be different than the other, so no big deal. That just makes you human, not a robot. So see where my heel is? It's not out, it's not there. It's pretty much lined up with my hip. And maybe I'm lifting an arm. And then if my hands come off the chair, I want to make sure my shoulders stay relaxed. And the possibilities are endless. You can lift and lower. But when you lift, make that inhale happen. And when you exhale, sink. This should be our third or fourth. Come on down, hands to the chair. Relax, step that foot forward. This time, we're just gonna bend our knees a little bit. Circle our hips a little bit, tucking the belly. And then go the other way. Lengthen, relax. How are we getting back into the chair? Slow and steady. Now I know, and you know, that most of us can pretty much do this, slide into the chair and everything's fine. But what if we practice for days that we need a little bit more help in the future, that we get in this good habit of squaring ourselves in front of the chair, relaxing our shoulders, engage that core. We're gonna do a double chair pose, which means my knees are bent. I know, this is a dirty trick. I'm getting so good at this, I can bring back my dirty tricks. So we're in chair pose, which is just a little bit like this. What we're gonna do here, and of course, if you've already sat down because you know my dirty trick strategies, that's fine, but you can practice just hanging out here, strengthening these legs. When you are ready, tap around. Oh, there's the chair. Now I'm gonna sit down and my rear end lands just where I want it to be. No ifs, ands, or buts. Okay, I know, I'm finally hitting my stride here. I'm making my great jokes that you're all laughing so hard. But, however, it's time to chill out, relax our shoulders. I'd like us to do a little facial massage as we kind of move into a slower part of our class. So I'm warming my hands up. I'm going to take my fingertips to meet just above the bridge of my nose. Breathe in and very mindfully stretch my fingers away from each other. And then I'm going to take this act of floating all that tension away. And let's repeat that again. Our brains carry a lot of stuff in them, so symbolically, we're going to press our fingers right into the forehead, taking on and in any challenges that our brains are creating. Soften them away and let them go. Our hands are now going to meet right about where our jaws meet, kind of upper jaw, lower jaw, gentle massage. And then, and I've explained this one before, if you grew up in northern New Jersey or around any folks who are Italian, I apologize, this move does not translate well, but it's a throat clearing asana. So we just take the back of our fingers to the bottoms of our necks, kind of where our collarbones are. Breathe in tall, exhale, let it go. It's not what it meant when I was a kid growing up. It is an act of clearing your throat, clearing any...
Forget about it, huh?
Yes, it's kind of forget about it, but well. And then we do it again, and it kind of tones the neck and strengthens the chin, and then one more. Back of the fingers, right coming out under the chin. And then hands relax. Soften the shoulders. I'm going to close my eyes again. Taking a few easy breaths. Reconnecting my feet to the ground. My chair and my back are friendly again. And at this point, maybe stop the video, press that stop button, get back into this relaxed position. Letting your breath slow you down, slowing down your breath. Give yourself a few minutes in this resting pose. And when you're ready, you'll slowly flutter your eyes open. We'll all take a deep breath in together. Big breath in. Hands to heart. Hopefully our hearts are full of gratitude for the small things that are getting us through this challenging time, for the bigger things that are getting us through this challenging time. And I always want to finish with appreciation for Scott for filming and creating all of this content on our Adaptive PE website. I knew he was a talented man. I did not know all of his talents, and I bet there are a few surprises ahead for all of us. So thank you, Scott. Thank you, Adaptive PE, for keeping our classes going. On behalf of everyone, we miss you. We want to see you in real life soon, and we're going to stay safe until that is possible. Love you all. Bye from Ruth.
Thank you, Ruth. As always, you're amazing. It's a pleasure to have you. So everyone out there watching right now, please don't forget to like and subscribe to the Adaptive PE channel, and we shall see you soon. Take care, all right?
Bye,
Goodbye.
Guys.